This channel is for entertainment purposes only, not to be taken as legal advice. Welcome, everybody. Today we're having a special, different approach to today. We are going to go ahead and take out the Bounty Hunter mobile. I do not show my automobiles very often, but I am acquiring quite a few. And I wanted to go ahead and have a different scenery today. And today's exciting, huge partnership that we just signed. This is the Bounty Hunter mobile. Da-na-na, da-na-na. That's what's up. This is my favorite whip right here. This was provided by Satina Manufacturing over in Olympia, Washington. Custom designed with all of the cop car fittings to it, including underlights and everything like that. I have had this car. It's my favorite. It's my #1 rented out vehicle on Turo. And so I wanted to take a ride. It's such a sunny day. You notice the sun is out today? Look how sunny it is. So there's another channel that says, what did they say? Riding with someone else. If you're familiar with their channel, they always say riding, right? So it's now going to be riding with Roland today. And we're going to go down to the Seattle waterfront to really talk about this huge partnership that we just had. So I had to get out of
The outage just went off, so.
The what? There you go. Now I'm back. So yeah, you're riding with Roland right now. I love it. I love it. Oh, I'm so about it. I just got the car back today after it was rented out for like almost a week. And I was like, I got to go out today. I have to show you guys my neighborhood. I have to absolutely do it. Because the big announcement for today that I really want to cover with you all, besides the Bounty Hunter mobile, I'm telling you, I love this thing. It's got 2,500 push power in the front end, and in Seattle, it's so hard to park. Every time you try to park in Seattle, you're just like, oh, I need a little bit more room. And as soon as I do, I'm just like, I just pushed him a little bit forward, without damaging anything. But today we're talking about a huge partnership that we just signed today, and I wanted to go over with you all. The partnership involves a e-learning platform because I want the absolute best as it relates to everybody at the Academy to be like, oh, I signed up for Creditor Academy, and all I see is 100 different documents. And I see a couple of videos that he made on YouTube, and he posted it up on his platform or his website. But how does that progress your learning? I would say and argue that the learning platform space has gone next level. It really has. Learning online really has changed since COVID-19. Since COVID-19, so many universities and also private learning management systems have come about. I remember even during my brother going into college, he was just saying, hey, all my classes are online now. No one can go in class. And ever since then, so many other organizations have taken the same approach. Everybody is trying to put together courses, reading material, and a learning platform to help people with the interested topics. I was just talking about a big company when I was going into trying to start my fitness industry or my personal fitness in my house. And I wanted one of those bikes, the little bikes, that you can have in your living room to get some extra fitness in. And the bikes that were available, I'd seen Lifetime Fitness. I saw a couple other companies just shopping around. But the #1 company that I would see over and over again was this company called Peloton. Peloton was unique because not only was their bike really well made for at-home fitness, but it was the application that they had inside of their fitness routine. So you're not only just working out with this bike, and building up your resistance, you have an actual instructor that's in front of you to teach you. It's the same thing with finances. There's another organization called Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey, one of the largest financial advisors in the world. He met with Donald Trump just a couple months ago to do an interview with him. And he has an e-learning platform as well. Grant Cardone, the 10X guy, you know, hey, boost your sales, boost your business, boost this, boost that, and everything in between. He has courses, classes, learning materials in order for you to do better in your business. Who else can I say? I mean, everything is becoming this online course material, and we are consuming so much content all the time in an effort to better our lives. In an effort then to create an e-learning platform, especially if you're going to have the name Creditor Academy. Creditor Academy, I mean, I've hold myself in our organization with 25 staff now to a very high standard. And so now I'm thinking to myself, well, what is the best of the best? If I was to go on an e-learning platform, what is the expectation of the type of experience that I should be getting? And what is the difference between the financial advice, the financial guidance between Creditor Academy and an organization as big as Dave Ramsey? And I'm going to make those comparisons today. So the big announcement for our partnership is before I get into that, is to really discuss about an LMS. LMS. Have you ever heard of LMS? Anybody know what that stands for? LMS? No. It stands for Learning Management System. Learning Management System. A learning management system is crucial for not only for users to have a good interface in order to learn different subject matter. A learning management system, what it's intended to do is to guide your learning systematically, step by step, with tests, quizzes, videos, content for you to read, badges, certifications, groups that you can be a part of and converse with one another, and so much more. A learning management system is the quintessential standard if you are going to start a online schooling platform. You have to have an LMS system. The most popular and used LMS system in America, I'm not saying it's the best, but the most popular LMS system, if you can kind of call it that, you can call it an LMS, I guess. I would say it's a very light form of it, but it's called Google Classroom. So if you have a Gmail account or Google Business Workspace, you automatically get grandfathered in as part of your Google Workspace platform into Google Classroom. It's a very basic software platform. It has all the bones of what you need for a very reasonable price that they have. And I remember when I first looked at that, I was thinking to myself, is this something I want to invest in? I'm already into the Google Workspace platform. Do I want to have this as my primary engine? And, you know, when it comes to LMS systems, I am really not that well versed into which softwares are best. So not knowing anything about LMS software, not knowing anything about how to set up a class, the first thing that I did is I said, I need to hire someone that knows what they're talking about. And the first person I hired is someone called an instructional designer. An instructional designer. An instructional designer's job or degree is in creating course materials and to make sure that you're gradually increasing your knowledge as you together a course. So I hired Farah. She's our administrator. Look at that. Oh, what a beautiful day. What a short drive. That was so simple. Once again, we got the Bounty Hunter Mobile. I love the Bounty Hunter Mobile. God, that's so good looking. Love that car. Had that for quite a while now. I remember when I first got the Patrick Devine Bounty Hunter badge. I was all about it. I was all about it. So when you're creating an online platform, you want high standards. So I'm gonna get your mind to the right standard, because a lot of you have already been to a lot of guru network organizations and you've seen it. You've seen it just like me. If you want to ask me, like before I even started Creditor Academy, I've been to every platform. I went to so many websites and joined their organizations. And at the time, it was underwhelming, because what you're being provided is just documents. You got documents, videos, and maybe you have like a group chat or something like that. And you have a lot of books. That was another thing. So I started to ask myself the question, is this an ability for me to learn? Or am I just joining a book club where they're giving me book and documentation recommendations, and it's up to me to do the due diligence of that level of research? And what I found out was that's really what in the end what I found out was the case scenario. When you join another organization, another guru, I remember being told that if I failed at something, the problem wasn't the organization. The problem was I didn't study hard enough. I didn't study hard enough. Oh, why didn't this remedy work? Because I didn't read enough. I should have read this book. And it was just endless. And I was just like, well, if there is a level of understanding, look how beautiful this is. Hold on one second. Oh, love the waterfront. See that? That's Seattle. That's Seattle way out there. Oh, Seattle's such a great place. Well, I'm on the other side of the water, so that doesn't matter. So my frustration was, gosh, the yachts are out. I love the yachts. We got to look at yachts. Do we want to look at yachts? Got to look at yachts. I've been looking at yachts. Can I zoom in? Man, I can't zoom in. But those are all the yachts. That's the marina. We're right out here. I love this area. So I said to myself, what is the academy going to look like, and how am I going to make sure that you guys have great success? Because we have 3 powerful pillars here at the academy. Become private, which is everything about the SPC and the status correction. I don't care to what organization you go to, you have to have control of your assets, and you have to do status correction. The second pillar is operate privately. Great, Paul Michael, I became private. What does everybody say? Now what? Now what? How do I use these bonds? How do I protect my assets? How do I operate in the private? How do I open up a bank account? How do I get lines of credit? So that's the second pillar, which is operate in the private. And then finally, Ryan's course, which is build unlimited private credit from there. So in order for me to teach this properly, I can't just throw you guys to the wind when you come onto the Creditor Academy platform and just say, well, you just need to read this book. You know what your problem is, Daniel? You just didn't read that one document that was 2,000 pages buried into a folder that you don't even know about. You know what? Why you're not successful, Carlos, is because you didn't read it, watch that one video out of my 230 videos that I have available, and watch the exact 1-minute section where I was explaining the answer to your question. That is just frustrating. It's just not it's not the right way to do things. So I hired instructional designers. I have 4 of them. Farah is the administrator, 3 below.
their whole job is for congruent learning, so that everything is paced at your level, the beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And there's a beginner, intermediate, and advanced to each of the pillars, right? So what we're doing is I was like, wow, this is great, but how do we make sure that your learning is progressing along with what my instructional designer wants to put together? My instructional designer was just like, we need an LMS system. We need a really good LMS system. And I said, well, which ones do you recommend? We went through 15, we went through 20 different ones. I've been sitting just in constant meetings going through different LMS systems. So I eventually said, you know what, I'm going to make a phone call. I have some connections at the University of Washington and the administrators that are out there. And I'm just going to ask one of my buddies over there what LMS system that they use, because they use LMS for their courses and classes when you're doing online, especially for the summertime. And he gave me such a good recommendation. So I said, I go over and I sit and I set up this appointment, which I'm going to reveal who it is here in a moment. And I set up an appointment and I was just like, hey, the University of Washington uses you guys and a couple other universities. You guys, obviously, from what I see on your online reviews, you're one of the most touted online LMS systems on the internet. I would like a presentation of your platform. Their presentations at minimum are 3 hours with the amount of capabilities and integrations that you can do on this platform. Beyond what me and my instructional designer were expecting from other ones. They're the most premier in the entire United States. They're used by the universities. They're used by Grant Cardone. They're used by Dave Ramsey. And now they're going to be made also the same with us here at Creditor Academy. In order for you guys to really get the best learning experience possible, it takes an investment. I'm not here to sugarcoat it. It takes an investment even on my side. You know, it's a huge investment, because software for these intricate types of LMS systems are very advanced, and it takes a full-time software team in order to develop it and maintain it and to customize it specifically for our organization. The LMS platform system, at minimum, takes 80 hours worth of training for my staff. 80 hours to go over to be proficient at it so we can set it up the way that we want. So what we're doing is, so we signed the deal. It's all good. It's done. My team is going through the training right now, and I'm very excited about it. But the reason why I'm bringing this up before I give the name of the platform is this is to the level of seriousness that I take your guys' education. I am not trying to make a quick buck. I'm not trying to throw documents at you and waste your time, because I've been there. I've been where you have been. I have sat in front of all these different gurus, paid for their program, been a part of their class, paid their documentation, paid their membership, and I soaked up all of the content. And not to say I didn't learn something, you know, I'm not saying that, but I needed something for my foundational knowledge in order for me to be self-sufficient. When I went through nursing school, they didn't say, well, as soon as you're done with nursing school, then you go to that nursing school. And then after that nursing school, you go to that nursing school. You know what I mean? You know how ridiculous that sounds? It makes no sense. So same thing with Creditor Academy. It's your foundation of everything that you need to know to be what we call a sovereign C. Not the negative sovereignty, sovereign citizen, you know, where super negative, you know, we don't want to be associated with that, but a sovereign capitalist. We want you to be independent, free, and operating privately, and then to utilize capitalist measures for your success. Capitalism only thrives in a sovereign republic. And we're just bringing back the republic back to you. That's all we're doing. And we're making sure that your laws that you're operating through in the private apply to the Constitution. So, once again, look at this yacht. I want that yacht. Look at that yacht. What? Look at that yacht. I want that yacht.
Go get it, bro.
You know what I also won't do is I won't tell you that I own that yacht when I actually don't. You'd be like, how does someone with the bounty hunter mobile get a yacht like that? And I'm like, no, he doesn't. So on a beautiful day. Sorry, one more. Oh, so nice. That's Seattle off in the background. You see that? That's Seattle. Oh, it's much cleaner over here. So, the LMS system, so one more thing, and then we'll go into the LMS system partnership. And so you can look them up and judge for yourself. You can judge for yourself. But one of the things that made Dave Ramsey, if you are familiar with him, so famous. What made Dave Ramsey so famous? Out of all the people that's teaching financial advice, what made Dave Ramsey one of the most well-known financial advisors on YouTube? I do want to tell you that the secret is not that he knew something that people needed to research hours and hours to know. The reason why he's so famous is because he keeps his formula simple. He says, I don't obtain debt, and every dollar that I save is something that I can keep and helps me towards my investments or my retirement, which is a very simple idea. You know, no one disagrees with that. So when they go on this platform and they start asking, hey, Dave Ramsey, I want to disagree with you. I'm like, how are you gonna disagree with somebody who's telling you to save money? You know what I mean? How are you going to disagree with somebody who says, hey, don't get yourself into debt? A lot of people agree with that. And on the other side of the pond here at Creditor Academy, we're teaching something a little bit different. We are teaching about debt. Debt could be written off through negotiable instruments or through lines of credit. So it then becomes the situation of, in order for you to reach your dreams and aspirations, is you use debt, which is money that's not real, in order for you to be able to accomplish what your vision is. That's the difference between Dave Ramsey and us. I'm not afraid of debt. I'll be in debt the rest of my life, which is fine because that's what all the rich people do as well. So, but it's being responsible with the debt that is the difference. It is the difference. So, the big partnership, I won't wait any longer, is with Cypher Learning. Cypher Learning. Cypher Learning. They are the biggest platform. They are the biggest. Cypher Learning has the most integrated software system for an LMS compared to all other LMS systems. The universities use them. The big businesses use them. The people I mentioned today use their platform as well. It is an investment, no doubt, when you choose Cypher Learning. So next week, where is he? I think he's in Detroit. One of the main representatives is going to fly out to Seattle to come meet with me and do an interview, which I'm very excited about. And we are going to discuss Cypher Learning, the platform, its capabilities. I'm going to hit him with a lot of questions because I'm really trying to speak on your behalf. And it's going to be live. So when you guys want to ask questions, you can raise your hand and say, am I able to get this? What is the expectations here? How can I use this platform for my own business or my own learning platform? And it is a partnership because they not only have a learning platform, but what they don't have is instructional designers. So he was like, Creditor Academy has instructional designers? And I was like, yes, absolutely. They all have master's degrees. And then he was just like, how do you have 4 of them? Well, I outsource internationally, but I didn't tell him that. I just say, got to fit it in the budget, Wow, these American instructional designers must be something special. Yeah, like, yeah, kind of. You're kind of there. Yes. Oh man, it's so funny. So yeah, it's more of a partnership relationship. I'm excited about it. Cypher Learning coming into it. So we will be a very legitimate academy, and we want you to learn and to succeed. We really do. And we hope to offer something that is truly unique. Oh, he's playing the violin. I love the violin. Wish I could play the violin. Wish I could play any instrument. Wish I could sing, but I'm going to start singing. I even thought about that too. I was like, my platform needs singing. How do I get into singing? So I'll have to get like auto-tune or something. That would be funny. So there's our big announcement right there. But in addition to that, I wanted to also kind of discuss Masterclass. Masterclass, this is our first month really doing Masterclass. We kind of did it near the end of last month, and now we're coming into this month. The website is being updated as of today, so the website's going to be totally different. Masterclass, I wanted to describe because it is a taste of what the Academy is going to be about. A taste. I didn't want to just bring people into the or promote the Academy and people say, wow, maybe I can't afford the tuition, or maybe I can't get involved right now, even though I want to, but I still want to be a part of the community and the education of the Academy and at least learn the basics. So with the same LMS system, we are providing a part of our Masterclass membership that you will get access to courses that we're putting together. So you can actually be like, what does this LMS system look like? What is it like to go to live classes at Creditor Academy? And what is involved in my tests, quizzes, and all of that, and how I can get, how I can develop my knowledge. And, it's kind of like try before you buy kind of situation. So that's going to be launched in the next 40 days. We are sticking to that timeline. I'm very confident that we can do it. But if you join Masterclass before we go live, if you join the Academy before we go live, we will give you a special offer. The Academy is going to be big, and it's going to be premier, and I'm excited for the people. We have over 200 people that are a part of different pillars of the Academy, and total in classes that have been taken at Creditor Academy since we started almost a year ago. April 15th, it'll be 1 year at Creditor Academy since our existence. We have had over 800 people join our class for various different types. So I'm very excited to have such a large community, and I want to deliver. And I even said to myself way back then, Paul Michael, when are you going to do memberships? And I said, I'm not doing memberships until I'm ready, until I have a whole team behind me to give great customer service and support. I'm not going to start memberships until I have a confident business deal for a great back end for the website, for a great user experience. I'm not going to promote memberships until the Academy is finished, which is the 3 pillars now. So now we got the 3 pillars, we got the back end LMS, we have 25 full-time staff. And so now I feel confident to start Masterclass now, so then you could get in and be able to see what it's like to be a part of the Academy before you fully commit. And I'm very excited about that. So with that being said, that's the updates for today. That's the partnerships. I was debating on what it is that I wanted to talk about today, and I could have, went in a lot of different directions. But masterclass is what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. And the last thing I want to make a remark about masterclass is that none of this could have been accomplished not only without my team, but without Patrick Devine. Without Patrick Devine. For masterclass, in honor of Patrick Devine, I'm letting everything be organized and released for everyone. If you have a masterclass membership, you will get all the Patrick Devine files. You'll get all of my step-by-step, descriptions of Patrick Devine and his history and how he did his process in 2016. And you also get access to the EIN course of Patrick Devine as well. He has played such an he has changed my life fundamentally since I came out on YouTube and talked about him, that I was like, wow, I got to give this guy's information to everyone. But I wanted to do it in not only a respectful way, but in a way that was special. But I had a class where for 4 hours and 45 minutes, 100 students spent that 4 hours and 45 minutes organizing Patrick Devine's final process files. And it was a group and fantastic effort. I mean, that was 100 people. That was over, if you do 100 people times 4 hours, that's over 400 man hours of work to organize this guy's files. That's amazing. And we organized them into 4 categories for each of his final process files. The 4 categories were that he wrote essays. So we put all of his essays into one group of folders. The second thing was examples. Hey, this is what I submitted to the Treasury Department. This is what I communicated to this entities and whatnot. So we organized that into a second file folder. The third one was dictionary terms. So we organized all the dictionary terms that he needed inside of those Patrick Devine files. And finally, fourth and lastly, but definitely not least, was reference material. Patrick Devine, when he wrote his essays, gave his examples and applied the dictionary terms, also read resource materials for him to show where he got the idea of information. So this is all of his files that he has done for. We did not have the manpower to do every single file, but we did do the final process files, the final process. As part of your membership, you will get those final process files that were organized by such a great number of volunteers to do exactly that. And then I dedicated my time to go ahead and put together an entire YouTube series that I've been developing for the last year to show his final process step by step by step by step with all the documentations for that, which is including the structure of your private bank. So you will get the entire Patrick Devine series. You'll get his final process files, which are organized, so you can easily pull it out. And then I'm going to show you, in addition to that, how I applied Patrick Devine's final process into the academy and modernized it to what we have today, which is the 3 pillars. In addition with that, with Masterclass, give us some patience across the next 40 days. We will be coming out with elementary or beginner type education, which is learning about the difference between public and private, how to respond to taxes, how to respond to collections agency, just entry-level stuff that everybody should know just if they're coming into this truth movement. And this is just the first part of the academy. Then when you actually come into the academy and you provide your tuition, Then you'll get the inside, which we will do all the paperwork for you. We do become private, so we do the SPC and the status correction, all the documentation for you. Included in the become private is your ID and badge. And then there is the second pillar, which is operate privately. That's business trust, private associations, real estate, and wholesaling. All of the documentation and templates are provided to you and also filled out for you as a service, plus your live courses. And then finally, the unlimited private credit. The unlimited private credit is by Ryan, and we just show you step by step how you can get your trade lines developed from there. I don't know what else to do. I have 25 people every day. I talk to them all the time about this. All the time, every day. I'm just like, how do we make it better? How do we make it better? So this is the best thing where we did. That's all I have today. We'll go to questions on anything that I brought up. What a beautiful day. I love it. I love it. All right, Daniel, let's go to you.
Again, I love everything you're doing, everything you're putting together, how you're putting the academy together for everybody. I mean, it's truly remarkable. Watching the growth over the last year, it's phenomenal. I mean, I've read a lot of law, you know. I've been to a lot, you know. I haven't personally contracted with other gurus per se, but I've you know, studied what they put out. But it can be daunting and confusing, to say the least, as you read through law. So to have it all organized and structured in a way that takes you from A to B to C, you know, it's truly game changing. I guess the one question I have would be, if you're taking everything on a digital platform, since that's kind of the day and age we're in, have you considered putting anything into paperback form just to ensure that none of this is lost so you can pass it on to your daughter?
Oh, absolutely. Well, here's the great thing about the platform is everything is printable. So if you go on the platform, you're learning a lesson, there is text. The text on the platform will read to you, for one. It'll read it not only in the voice that you want, but it'll also read it in the language that you have. Because Creditor Academy is not just in America. We have 18 different countries that contribute to watching our platform. So the LMS system will change the language of the teaching to your language of comfort, and it'll read it to you. And if reading it on a computer screen is too much, you can hit the print button and it'll print it on right on your printer, so you can hold it there.
Very nice.
That's
Excellent.
it.
I love it, Paul. I love it, man. Let's get it.
Oh, bro, we going all the way. Going all the way. Oh, man.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm all about it. All right, next question. Let's go to Thomas. Thomas, let's go to you.
Hello, Paul, Michael.
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, not a whole lot. I signed up for the master class 2 days ago for the 69.
Yep.
I really like what you're doing. My question is, do I need a Gmail to receive that information?
Well, we send the links. Gmail makes it easier, no doubt about it, but it is not a requirement, because we even send over the link to people who have Proton Mail, Microsoft, and different platforms there. Which one of those do you have?
Outlook. I do have a Gmail too I can give, but I have Outlook.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, if you have a Gmail, it might.
Okay, I must have muted you.
There we go. We're connected to the car. Okay, to the bounty hunter mobile. Love the bounty hunter mobile. So yeah, if you have a Gmail, it'll just sync up to your Google Calendar, and that might be easier for you. But yeah, if you have Outlook, I have seen that it hasn't been an issue for people to link up to it. But if you're having technical difficulties, I have a back office staff of customer service representatives that are here.
Okay, I did send an email, so I'll just wait for that, I suppose.
Yes, absolutely. Or give a call to our hotline number. Our hotline number has adjusted. We were Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but we have updated it to now we're open on weekends, on Saturday and Sunday. So if you want to call that hotline number, Monday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a representative will just, it's almost nice to just be have someone on the computer, and just be like, hey, let's figure this out together. That's what I would recommend.
Oh, absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, so there's a lot as it relates to that. And what else is going on? One other update that I would like to say is that in order for you guys to get the ultimate amount of learning, I know a lot of you are requesting time with me. And I do want to give my time as much as I possibly can to as many individuals as possible, but I'm not available 24/7. So I talked to my team and I was just like, how do I become more available for everyone so then you guys can ask me questions and get immediate answers, whether it's day or night. So what we have done is we have introduced a mascot of Creditor Academy. The mascot, his name is Bankston. If you go to creditoracademy.com,
You will see
Bankston right at the front side.
Bankston
is an AI, not only our tutor. So when you get into the back end and even the front end, our AI tutor Bankston will answer your questions. What I did is I trained him on everything about Patrick Devine, about the pillar system that we have here, and I fed him information on Black's Law's dictionary, the UCC codes, and contract law, as well as the legal maxims. So Bankston is only trained to answer questions that relate to everything that's deal with the private. One of the biggest issues when me and my software team were looking at different API integrations with AI was the issue with censorship. So in order to get around censorship, we had to personally train the AI ourselves, and that's what we did with Bankston. He's a cute little robot. He's the mascot of Creditor Academy. Super cute. I love it. Adele, let's go to you.
Hey, Paul, Michael, and everybody. So the SPC class in Ireland is 9 p.m. tomorrow night. I've got people around for a bit of a social gathering, so I can't make the call. Is the replay recorded and put somewhere?
There is no replay or recordings. But the positive part is this is why I invested in an LMS system. So kind of like an LMS system allows you to go self-paced. So you don't need an instructor. You don't need anything. And what it does is it takes all the documents that we provided to you for the SPC and the status correction, and it takes you page by page, and we'll have AI Bankston there. So then you're going to be like, wow, I'm learning all this information about status correction. But Bankston, how does this relate to Ireland and the Ireland laws?
Okay, cool.
Which I trained it. Yeah.
So when is the kind of the self-study course ready? Is that ready soon?
40 days. It's 40 days out. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to make the call. I'm not make the class tomorrow, but I'll be on next Friday's class. So cool.
I'll be excited for that, Adele. And let me tell you,
Me
you're
too.
rocking and rolling. I love your questions in class as well.
All right. Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. So the class is, when you come to school, like a normal school, you're studying. You are studying your courses live with instructors. This is an important aspect of the academy. I get that question asked a lot. Why isn't stuff recorded? Why is it, why is there not a database? Because recordings of videos do not progress your learning. And you put yourself into a position, what the other gurus did with Google Classroom, is they said, oh, I'll just record myself for each one of these classes. And when someone comes to my school, they can just watch the videos that I created. And I only created 200 of them. So why can't they watch every single video? You know what I mean?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's
So,
getting that balance from being completely overwhelmed to just having like too much of a high level. Like we need to, I don't just want a bunch of templates. Like I need to understand what I'm doing. So yeah, it's like to have a structured pathway, but that you're actually learning it and not just getting a bunch of templates. So it's kind of like the middle ground. I'm not just like, yeah, here's 400 files. Good luck with that. So yeah, it's structured. Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
it is so true. It is so true. And I want to tell you guys my motivation here is in really sinking into this is because the payout is just phenomenal. Because it's not just you guys coming to the courses and you're like, great, I've got into the academy, I paid my tuition, I showed up to class and whatnot, and I applied it, and now I have some great knowledge. The end result is what I'm looking for. You see, Creditor Academy is but one stage of my life. I'm the dean of the academy, but I don't intend to make the academy my end goal. My true end goal, and I said this a year ago as well, it's the same vision that I want. My true end goal is to work with the graduates, because the ones that graduate and have access to hundreds of thousands of dollars of lines of credit and learned how to operate in the private, you guys are going to soar to the maximum. You guys are going to be able to invest in really great, maybe software tech companies, oil companies, real estate, car dealerships, whatnot. That's where the real excitement comes from. Can you imagine if, and forget about me for a moment, and let's just go back a couple years ago when you were first getting into this movement, how appreciative would you have been if your favorite guru that you've been following for months, you watched all their content and all their videos, and that guru that you followed that has 80 to 100,000 followers on YouTube and all this extensive knowledge called you up on the phone and says, hey, I want to partner with you. I want to do business with you. And I want to apply my knowledge to make your life and my life better. I mean, I would have been ecstatic around that. I would have been absolutely ecstatic. If you know the basics, which is you are private, you know how to operate privately, and you already know how to build your unlimited credit, that you're the exact person I want to do business with. There's no person I'd rather do business with. And this is why I want everybody to graduate. We have 5 individuals that, I would say maybe are 3 weeks away from graduating. They're a little ahead of their cohorts in one of the classes. They're 3 weeks away. And I said this live in class too. And I said, guys, these 5 people are about to have access to 200,000 in credit each. This means that with 5 people,
There we go. The Bounty Hunter Mobile. Love this thing. That means that these 5 individuals have $1 million. They have $1 million. You know what I like to do? So I like to take the front end. I just like to sit on it. There we go. So they'll have 5 million. And I was just like, do you guys grasp that you have such strength in numbers that I have done so many business meetings professionally with all these companies doing healthcare, doing licensing, trying to get my foot in the door with major corporations. I would have killed to be in a room where people have $1 million worth to invest in either my idea or we work together mutually in a common goal so then we can all be successful. Dude, $1 million freaking in that short amount of time, that was 3 months. It took them 3 months to obtain that. And it's really not that complicated, I would say. Well, you know, actually, I won't say it's not complicated. It's doable. It's doable with the right knowledge. But, you know, that changes your life. That literally changes your life. And that's why I want you guys to graduate, because when I have 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, let's say 100 people that graduate at $200 or $200K a piece, I mean, we're dealing with, what is that? You know, 25, $30 million, you know, so that I have a huge motivation for your guys' success. And this is why I invest in the best software possible. With that being said, Daniel, let's go to you for
Well, yeah, I gotta say, I see your, I can see your vision coming to fruition with everything that you've put into the academy and what you've given back to the community from what you got from from Patrick Devine. Your attention to detail and willingness to go beyond what really anybody else in this space has ever done before is really inspiring to me. You know, and to be in a community of people that are like-minded individuals, you know, and inspired to take things to the next level is quite extraordinary, you know. What I wanted to ask is, in order to get into the academy and to get everything you were mentioning earlier, that's the $69 membership that's on the website, correct?
That's on the website. Let's see if they updated the website. I'll double check it actually for you even right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I mean, this was like 2 weeks ago or something like that. I tried to get into that, and I wasn't able to at that point, but it might very well be up and running at this point. I haven't checked.
It'll be done by today, because my team works during my nighttime, which is Pacific Standard Time. So at 8 o'clock, they start. Creditor Academy staff work around the clock, 24 hours. So when the customer service staff and the educational counselors, you know, get done with their shift, then the back-end software developers get on shift. Look at the website later on today or as early as tomorrow, and you'll kind of see a little bit more automation there. But if you call the hotline number on our website, you'll be able to get a hold of a representative a lot easier that way. You know?
Okay, and can I pay through Cell or Selly?
We take credit card or debit. Does that work?
Yeah, unfortunately, I use debit.
That's fine to use debit.
I'm not in the debit. Well, I'm not in the point system. I'm not earning points by using my
you're all good,
card.
We all start somewhere, right?
I hear you.
Plus, the merchant processing is for you as well. So the same private merchant processor that we developed at the Academy with our bankers connection in Canada will give you the same thing, meaning guarantee you'll never get shut down. You can use your private trust, your private association. You know, every guru should be calling me just for that, because it's annoying to be shut down by Stripe and PayPal because they don't accept these business trusts and other stuff like that.
You're absolutely right. And I mean, there's other people on the internet and YouTube that I'm familiar with that
Mm.
have those frustrations, you know, of getting shut down through whether it's Patreon or whatever. So what I'm really focused on right now is to get myself established so that I'm not operating on hearsay. I'm operating on, I've been there, I've done that, I can vouch for this, you know, and to be able to bring more people into your organization, because I got to say, I admire what you're doing here, Paul Michael.
I appreciate you, Daniel. Dog, we're going all the way. And then when you graduate, I'll be like, all right. And this is why I can't have Creditor Academy be my forever thing. Because, brother, you're the future. You're who I want to do business with. You're the one that's got access to these credits. I'd be like, great, glad that we got the education out of the way. Now let's do business, you know. And this is where my websites, where my instructional designers, where my accountants, where my attorneys come into play, and we start going into that. And, you know, when you get, I'm here to tell you, Daniel, dog, when you got 25 staff and they all have master's degrees and you pay them $6 a day for full-time work, we can stretch that 200K out really far.
I agree. I don't know. I've always been the generous type. So you know, when I get my employees through you, I want to pay them, you know, a little bit above their going rate, just to, you know, to make it worth their time, to make it worth everybody's time, because you know, this earth that we live on is truly abundant. And I think it's time that we all benefit from being here, and not to, you know, just be little worker bees for the system. You know, that's not to say that we can't capitalize off the things around us, but, you know, make it, you know, make it worth everybody's while. So yeah, I love it, Paul.
Giving people jobs. I love it. Oh, Daniel, I'm excited for it. You have a good heart, my friend. Al Thomas, let's go to you. Comments about what we're talking about.
Yeah, how you doing?
Well, how's it going?
Hey, I was wanted to ask a question about okay, I got my status correction.
Yep.
Paperwork. Actually it's gone already. I done sent it out.
Nice.
So I was trying to see what the end price would be for, you know, for the SPC, and you know, I know you're not separating it anymore, you said.
Yeah, it's all because you
so,
know what happens? You get the SPC and then you're like, well, I need the status correction. Well, I got the SPC and the status correction. Now I need the ID and the badge. You know what I mean? So I just was like, yo, it's all was one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and I was just trying to get the price on what the, you know, the bottom line, because you were saying, I remember last time I talked to you, you were saying since I got the status correction and stuff already.
Yeah, let me jump to the point for pricing and whatnot, because there's two things to consider. Well, actually, there's only one thing to consider, is when you get in. We are adding to the become private all of the time. And as we add things to the become private, the tuition increases. That's why to get in early. But the beautiful thing is if you have a masterclass membership, just like with everybody else, you're grandfathered in to all the other classes. So you don't have to worry about us calling you up saying like, hey, tuition went up or anything like this. I would call our educational counselors. I don't have your information in front of us, but that's where I would say to go there.
Right, because I wanted to go ahead and see and you know, get everything else done since I'm, you know, and you know, I want to go on all the way to the end with it.
Go all the way. I'm pumped for it. Well, you're definitely getting it discounted because you already paid for the piecemeal, so we'll just tack that off of the price. So that's no problem.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. But I was just, you know, trying to. I've been in contact with on email with sales and everything, and so I sent them the receipts for what I did purchase already. So I guess they coming up with a number or something on.
Well, yeah, call then
final
that
number.
hotline number tomorrow, or email or fill out the contact us form. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a note for myself right now to reach out to you. If the Al Thomas is the right name that we have on file, then
Yeah.
I'll get them to contact you for sure.
Yep, because I want to get it as soon as possible so I can get the ball rolling. Now that I've done my status correction papers off, man, you know, I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go ahead and go, man.
What's up? I'm ready. Oh, you need a bounty hunter mobile.
Hey, and when I read through the status correction, I like the verbiage in it. It was on point.
Yeah, it is, man. It is. I thank you for saying that, man. I'm glad that it makes sense. Oh, super pumped to have you, brother.
Yeah.
Super pumped. Let's go to.
I appreciate you.
No problem, man. Last question, then I'll get off of YouTube here. Adele, let's end with you.
Yeah, so you see, like the master classes, are they kind of like a low taster kind of lead magnet to bring people in and then you upsell them to the other classes? So like for people that are already doing like the 3 pillars, do we get access to the master classes, or do we need the master classes, or how do they fit in to everything?
Master class, that great question. Great question. Master class is in combination with both the academy and also the front end. So I did not want people to say, oh, you can't be a part of the academy until you pay the full tuition for each of my pillars and all that, because there's so much great foundational education about operating in the private. And just like at Creditor Academy, I've had live courses every Tuesday and Thursday for a year to answer people's questions, to hear what it is that you guys want to talk about. But there is some things that are a little bit more personal in the discussions, where people want to kind of talk to me more one-on-one. I stop consultations altogether to focus on master class and have availability there and to develop it. But master class, just as a membership, gets you access to a lot of great content on being in the private, what it means to be in the private. You get access to all the Patrick Devine files, as well as the whole series of Patrick Devine. But it's more like, hey, I'm so new to this. You know, nothing worse than being a first timer looking at Creditor Academy, never hearing about this movement ever, and then having to make a financial decision and reach into your pocket to pay for a tuition program for something where you don't even have general knowledge about. And in addition with that frustration is, oh, I guess if I want to learn about this movement, I got to freaking watch Paul Michael's 230 videos on his YouTube channel. So I'd rather just be like, hey, you know what? You're paying your masterclass membership. I have something structured to give you the basics of what the difference is between public and private, how people are operating in the private versus the public, and some other great resource materials. So then before you make this jump or leap of a commitment, that you at least have some foundational knowledge. When you do jump into the academy, your master class is transferable to any of the pillar systems that you have. So you get access to all of the same membership benefits that you got before, and it applies to one of the pillars as well that you're a part of. So that includes your live classes. That means that you're grandfathered in to any new classes that apply to that pillar as well.
Okay, cool. Okay, thank you.
Cool. I'm glad. That was a very good question. And to everybody watching us on YouTube, if you would like to join us here at Creditor Academy on our social media platforms and get a feeling for our community, I highly implore you to join our private Facebook group, become a subscriber here on Creditor Academy YouTube channel, and to hit that notification bell, but also to get involved as we are 40 days out from the full launch of this academy. And let me tell you, if you get in early, we will give you a special offer. If you get in early. So we're 40 days out from that. For all of those of you who are already a part of the Academy, I mean, you believed in a random guy on the internet. You know, that takes a lot of faith. That takes a lot of jumping forward to commit your time, your valuable time, and your resources to be a part of our organization. And because of that, I'm taking it so seriously to make sure that this is the best learning experience that you invest in. Because I really believe that we can change the world with this. So thank you everybody for joining us on YouTube. If you want to join us in our live classes, you can go to our website right now and join our after hours and hit the live button for our Thursday link. We are here to answer your questions and get you involved with our community. If you can also call our hotline number at 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But look forward to everybody to seeing you next week, Tuesday, as we will continue on. Bye, everybody on YouTube. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. All right, it's the after hours. Elle, let's go to you.